Legend tales of a place where the booze flows freely and the stories are always entertaining. If you were bold enough to seek out such a place, head 13 miles down the Tuscan Highway to a tiny blues joint known as the Townsmith Tavern. Once there, enjoy the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and Bowl.
Excuse me, you can't say that. You're gonna lose your family-friendly rating. You're gonna corrupt the kids.
BS! A podcast that invites you to grab a cold beverage, pull up a seat, and enjoy time with friends. And here are your hosts, Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that bets it all on Black 33. I don't even know if that's an actual roulette. Anyway, I am your host, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, the man, the myth, the captain, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Engage. Mr. Blues, warp speed. Fantastic. I'm doing great. You probably, as you're doing the intro, were a little bit worried because I had a worried look on my face, and the whole bridge was moving over here, like I'm under attack from some Cardassians or something like that. But no, I am live on location. Here we are. We have beamed down to the Rio All Suites Hotel and Convention Center for Star Trek. No, I can't say that because that's copyrighted. So here we are for the 55-year mission. Well, I'm here. You're there at home. So thanks for being on the other end of this to have some fun. Wish you were here, though, because look at this gorgeous scenery we have behind us. That you could, this amazing world you could beam down to. Look at that. Wondrous. Hold on. I need to do some scans. Hold on. I am sensing that there's not enough beer being consumed out there at the other resorts or also in this resort room. So we're going to have to change that. However, what's on tap tonight is a local delicacy from the Zebra Bar or something or other. Yes, a frozen beverage with alcoholic content. I do not believe this is synthahol either. So give this a shot. Nice and cold, and tasting the sugary content in there. Yes, a bit bitter as well. So not bad, but doesn't replace a good cold frothy beverage there, Jake. What do you have going on over there, Jaco? You have something on tap tonight?
Yeah, I do, and I looked up the pronunciation so I would get this right, but that was an hour ago.
You must be on like Eastern time or Central time, or definitely not Pacific time.
Definitely not Pacific time. Anyway, I'm going back to the Avery Brewing Company out of Boulder, Colorado, and as I said, El Gose. As I said, I had it an hour ago when I looked it up.
We'll go with it.
It is a session sour ale with limes and sea salts, 4.5% alcohol, 12 floral ounces. He gives us the description: brewed with Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, malted wheat, limes, salts, hops, and yeast. And it says cheers on it. Avery Brewing Company, if you recall, has that fantastic slogan of beer first and the rest will follow. This one also has kind of a really interesting skull. So I had one of their other beers on here. It was the Hawaiian passion fruit beer.
The can was kind of a tiki, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Kind of tiki-like.
Yeah. So figured I'd try another one from Avery. So we will give this a taste test. It's not bad. Not bad. You can definitely pick up the limes, and you can definitely taste there's a very salty taste to it. But not bad. Not bad.
Interesting. So what are your overall thoughts? 1 to 5 thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you got?
How do you have 1 to 5 thumbs up, thumbs down?
Well, I mean, some thumbs might be up, some thumbs might be down. So you get a whole smattering between +5 and -5. I don't know who's 5. Maybe it's some of the other aliens that I've come in contact with. I'm just so used to running into all these different people from different planets. They've got extra opposable thumbs, things like that.
I think this is just clear evidence that Star Trek rots your brain.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'd probably give it a 3.5 out of 5. So a little bit above average. So not bad.
Good. So you'd at least finish the one that you have, and then potentially have another one.
Maybe.
Maybe not today, but another week or time, perhaps.
Yeah, probably some other time. But yeah, no, it's not bad.
Sure.
So
good.
It'll be enjoyable.
I as I beamed down to the Rio Starbase, went to the promenade, was looking through the different shops and whatnot, seeing what kind of alcoholic beverages might be available, kind of local beers on tap. And I have to say, quite disappointed, because almost all of them were IPAs. So I did not get any of the IPAs. In the old refrigeration device nearby, I have a Sapporo Japanese beer and another semi-local beer that was crafted in California. But since I have the frosty frozen variety in the green cup that was transported over to me, freshly replicated, figure I better have that first before digging into the brew. So I'm trying to work through the lemonade icy type drink before I can run into that. Maybe it's one of those Andorian specials, because of course they have a lot of cold beverages on Andoria. So there's that. But I do have to ask, how have you been? It's been a while. Haven't seen you. Good week.
It was an okay week. Nothing too exciting or thrilling. The biggest thing, and those who are regular viewers of the show will notice that I'm without my usual traditional eyewear that I usually sport. It's not that I need glasses to see or anything like that. It just helps, especially if I'm doing a lot of computer work, like talking to you on this podcast. It just helps reduce the eye strain and makes my life easier, especially at my job. I do a lot of computer work. So needless to say, a lot of headaches this week because my glasses are somewhere. This is the fun part of moving, where you end up losing stuff.
Oh, I see. They disappeared in a box somewhere or something along the line.
Well, if you'll recall, I've had them the last 2 shows,
Yeah.
that we have done from this location. It's just been that they, I'm a creature of habit, Kidder. I will usually find a spot, and that's where my keys and my wallet and my glasses go when I'm not using them, so I can always find them. But I'm in a new place, and so I haven't developed where that habit, location is, and so I have clearly set them someplace obviously clever, and I don't remember where that is. And so I have been without glasses for a week now, and it's been a little rough. Been a little rough. So if it looks like I'm squinting at the screen, it's because it's been a long day of work. My eyes are tired, and all that. But yeah,
It's all good. We'll just take it easy. I mean, we don't want you to get to this point where we're having to do an advanced neural scan of not only your brain, but then doing various level 3 diagnostic on your bloodstream and neurological system and whatnot. Although we could get that going, help you out, laser your eyes and stuff. Then you don't need the glasses. Then just leave them wherever they are. You find them 10 years later, it's good to go. No problem. Like, oh, remember when I needed these glasses?
Yeah, I'll pass. Hard pass.
Okay.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. All right. No, we'll save that for a couple of years from now. Speaking of the UFOs in the background here, I can see them populating here. You can see the helicopters. Fun fact for you: there are several helicopter tour companies in and around Las Vegas. They do tours of the Las Vegas Strip, both during the day and at night, because of course, a lot cooler to see at night. But they also do Grand Canyon tours, and I think a couple of them also do the tours of Hoover Dam. So then you can check out the various areas around Las Vegas, not only just the Strip, but there. So interesting thing, you see how they're all lining up behind me. They all come incrementally about every 45 minutes or so. Most of them will get in the flight pattern, and they all have one approved flight path over and around the Strip. So we're on the oncoming portion here at the Rio. So you get to see them heading off this way from North Las Vegas. That's where most of them take off, from the North Las Vegas airport. Some of them will come from McCarran, which is along the Strip, and then end up flying around in the flight path. But that's why you have all of them lined up in the little dots, as you see flashing along behind me. So, a little fun fact for you. And having been on one of the helicopter tours, they go very quick. I mean, you'll see as they come flying by behind me. I don't know what airspeed they're flying, but I mean, the tour of the entire Strip and then around and back is very quick. But at least when we were on that trip a few years ago, it wasn't terribly expensive. So if you've never been on a helicopter and you like seeing, lights and the Strip and whatnot, not a bad idea. Or if you just want to go check things out during the day, get a better day view of it, something that I recommend if you happen to be in the Las Vegas metropolitan area or something like that. So something to check out. Also, interesting fact for you, the helicopter ride itself is 15 minutes from the time that you touched off to touchdown. So, all the string of choppers that are about to inundate my right shoulder over here, they all take off with their load of passengers, which usually there's, I want to say, 7 passengers. No. Yeah. Seven passengers per chopper. unless you end up paying more and reserving the helicopter for yourself or for a group, for instance. But yeah, helicopter ride, 15 minutes. They end up busing you out to their facility at the airport, going through the pre-check procedures, telling you all that information. And ours was pretty good. They gave us champagne and the ability to buy a t-shirt and videos and various things for the flights where they've done with HD cameras and that sort of thing. So still worth it. Very interesting. A helicopter ride compared to riding on a small aircraft or commercial flight.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been on a helicopter, Jake?
Nope, I have not.
Just seeing the rocket where the rockets used to live, like ICBMs and whatnot. Which, they fly pretty quick too, from my understanding.
Incredibly fast. Yeah. I don't know the exact airspeed off the top of my head, but yeah.
That's okay too. I'm not going to research that. We'll leave that for another expert on another show.
Yeah. Yep. Or future Howard if he's bored.
Oh, all right. That's fair enough. So we've been having some fun down here, obviously. As you can see there's another one flying overhead. Let's see what's in the background here. Oh, the little blue speck in the way. Let me go over here in the way back. That's actually downtown Las Vegas, the original Las Vegas, Fremont Street and whatnot. That blue speck is the newest casino in the area, casino and hotel, the Circa. The cool thing that you probably can't tell on this, and I certainly can't from the little thumbnail that I'm looking at, but visually just looking at it, you can tell the whole exterior of the building, the blue portion, is LED wall, or it's covered in LED wall, so they can essentially project whatever they want onto the side of the entire hotel. And this is the side that you get to see, the light show and various things. Borg nanoprobes have been detected in the computer core.
I was just about to say, Kidder, I think you need to update your malware.
There's no spamware or antivirus that can protect from these little bastards. Let me tell you, you get a couple of those, and then they start getting crazy in your computer core, and then next thing you know, everything's green and circly and making weird sounds and wanting to take you over and assimilate you and stuff. So yeah, see, look at this crap.
Clearly, Captain Kidder's been surfing websites he's not supposed to.
Listen, I don't know what the crew does on the night shift, okay? Because I'm sleeping.
Oh, blame in the crew.
And we are in a strange location, so maybe there's an alien that is. Oh no, it almost cleared itself up. Yep. See, the crew's already working on it. I don't even have to worry about it. They're just like, and cleared up. See, I'm just doing my thing in the captain's chair here. We're good. So,
I'm just waiting for this crew to report you to HR.
Report me for what?
Clearly, the captain doesn't have great leadership skills. He sits on his ass drinking fancy sugary drinks during Borg attacks, which was clearly led due to crew surfing the web to sites they're not supposed to. That's right. He blames us for everything. I mean, the thing writes itself.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull out the phaser, and we're going to take care of some crew members. Because we're just gonna figure that out. It's a Starfleet matter. Don't worry about it, Jake. It'll be fine. There's a Starfleet protocol for everything. It'll be fine. So as we were saying, the Circa over here with its LEDs on the outside, very bright, especially from however many miles away. Also behind us, the Trump Hotel. Next to it is the little spire here. That is the Stratosphere. On top of that, the Conrad. That's the one with the red line across the top. And Encore, Treasure Island, the Wind, the Mirage, just behind me right over here. So we have a full smattering of various hotel, casino, resorts in the area that we can be down. But we're at the Rio All Suites Casino and Hotel for the con. So, was your week good? Did you have a good week? I mean, aside from losing your glasses.
Well, I mean, not to repeat myself, it was an okay week.
Yeah. I know you said it was okay, but I mean, like, you didn't get run over by a bus, thankfully. I mean, your glasses are somewhere between here and Alpha Centauri, so I mean, we'll find those eventually. But you know, maybe there's a little other thing that you could elaborate on a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to tell you, Kidder, it really hasn't been anything much of interest or excitement. It's been a lot of get up, go to work, and come home and work on stuff. Mostly, you know, right now we're caught up with most of the unpacking, at least the stuff that we have here. We're going to go grab stuff from my sister-in-law's place tomorrow. So, I mean, really, in the evenings, I've been either editing the podcast or I've been doing inventory on Bones 5. So, going through all of the miniatures that I have ordered and such. I guess I could say, Kidder, because, I mean, we've talked about it, and I'll throw some photos up in the edit, but I have been doing some painting, which I haven't done in months.
It's been a while since you told me that you've been doing some painting.
Yeah,
and I might be so bold to say that the last time you were painting was during one of the wrestling shows, pay-per-views. You brought some figures down and you were painting them.
Yeah, I mean, I have done some since that. You know, I basically, because we knew that I was going to be moving and such, and because I have a very excellent boss, and I don't tend to eat lunch, so because I have to take a federally mandated lunch break, I actually have a paint station set up in my cube at work.
Really nice.
So I can paint at work on my lunch break, and I usually do if I get a chance and feel up to it. But I haven't been doing that because I don't feel like it's fair to, like, if I do paint at work, to like clean my palette in the sink at work, because I can sometimes leave a mess, and that's just mean to do to the custodians. So normally I bring my palette home and then I'll clean it here. But with us getting the house ready to show, I didn't want to have to clean the sink every time, because that can take a while, and you didn't want to leave palettes and such out for showings and all that. So I haven't painted for quite a while. It's probably been 5-6 months. So got to do some work on a few things. As I said, I'll show. I'm working on painting some figures from a board game of mine from my collection. Yeah, it's been nice to do. It is the hobby that relaxes me, but and it's been hard to resist it as I've been going through the inventory of Bones 5, because you look at all these cool things and you go, oh, I can't wait to paint this. I can't wait to paint that. So, but I'm doing pretty good with that. I'm only missing 3 pieces so far, so that's not bad.
So what kind of pieces are you excited to get to paint as you're pulling them out? I mean, is it like the mast, or is it the sails, or just the hull itself? Or?
Well, I mean, and that's just, the pirate ship was only like one. It's hard to call it a miniature. It's like only one of the miniatures offered. There were several hundred miniatures offered. So yeah, my inventory sheet is 5 pages front and back, 3
Good
columns. It's a lot. I think the core set in it came out to just under 200 miniatures in that box. Which, hey, fun fact, because we've talked about Boxgate quite a bit. You know what'll really mess with people? When you have a typo on your core set box that instead of saying Bones 5 says Bones 4.
Ooh.
Then yeah, when the first core sets went out, or the first people received their pledges, the number of people who post on Facebook the picture of the description with that typo, and going, "Oh my gosh, this is Bones 4. Did I get the wrong thing?" And it's just like, guys, it's a typo.
Yeah,
chill,
calm down. It's okay.
Calm down. Yeah. So
the interesting thing, just as a quick side note, when you're talking about typos and important pieces of documentation in this year's brochure with all the happenings and schedules and everything from the convention organizers, they put the 2019 dates in the welcome letter. So you literally open the front page and it says, 55-year mission, August, whatever through whatever 2019. Okay.
yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, hey, people are human. They make mistakes. It happens. But yeah, no, like I said, I'm through. I've inventoried all of the expansions. I am midway through the core set. And then I have all of the additional add-ons to go through. So I still have probably a couple hundred miniatures left to go through an inventory. And here's the thing. They're not all like they come fully assembled. There's been quite a few of those, but a lot of them are like in multi-pieces. So when I inventory this, it's like you have to open the package. You have to snip all the pieces apart. You do kind of a test fit. Hey, is this everything that's right? Great. And because I'm not taking the time to glue them up right now, because that adds a bunch of time, it's like, okay, I will now, I have a bunch of small baggies from Ziplocs and other, Ziplocs and such from other games and things. So then I rebag them and I throw them in the box and check them off on the sheet. And if something is missing, I have to make myself a little note. So it's
they're
been
like blister packs, right? Where you have the big sheets and then you peel up pieces from in between because of how they're cut within the overall square of the page.
Not quite. So a lot of them come on sprues and they're individually baggied. So you have to basically cut open the bag, pull out the sprue, and then it can be a bit of work. It's one of those things. I'm always happy when it's like, oh hey, it's a fully assembled, they cast in one piece. Great. Okay, what number are you? Your number this. Okay. Because that's the other part. I have to pull up the graphic for it and use that to kind of follow. In fact, do I still have it? I do still have it pulled up. Oh boy, Kidder. We might be able to just show
live action screen sharing. Here we go. It's gonna be good. I mean, I'm excited. So
yeah. So wait for Google to catch up.
Yeah, anytime. There it is. Okay. So the Reaper Bones. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
The page is unresponsive. Fantastic. This should be good.
Yeah, it's having a little bit of issues.
It is not happy.
It is not. Hey, there we go.
Good thing that future Howard can grab that time stretch it. No problem. We're good to go. Temporal prime directive does not apply here.
Yeah. So as you could see briefly, and that popped up, this Kickstarter brought in, at least just during the initial Kickstarter, like $3 million.
$3 million
such, but
for the pirate ships, or does that pirate ship and the figures?
it's just all sorts of things. If we'll ever agree here with me. So come on, Kickstarter. Stop being a pile.
And only 32-day period.
Boy, am I glad that future. Yeah. Okay. So, and they had a pizza dungeon theme. Anyway, so this was the core set that is up right now. So for $120, this is what you got. So as I said, it was literally a slew of different figures. Mostly this set was of the fantasy variety. So all sorts of fun things. Krampus for those who enjoy their German Christmas myths. Some dragons, some boulderkins, scarecrows, kid heroes, all sorts of fun things. Golems. So this was the core set. And Kidder, let me tell you something about nerd rage. When it comes to this stuff, okay? Because I kind of dig this. So Reaper has to constantly walk this line because most people who buy their figures buy them to play D&D. D&D has rules about base sizes for miniatures. So if a miniature is a certain size, then it needs to fit on a certain base size for the combat. And some people get so angry about like Reaper has received so much negative feedback about things like, hey, this orc, his with his stance, his foot, it goes beyond the base, so he doesn't technically fit on the base, so he's not a legal figure in D&D.
Whatever. Come on.
Right. So this ugly thing right here, is called the Catoblepus. Talk about debate. So Reaper had it sculpted so that it would fit on the appropriate base so that the D&D folks would be happy. However, in the D&D lore, the Catoblepus, its head is so big and heavy that it would normally it should have its neck like straight out and have its head low to the ground and never bring it up. So you now had the D&D geeks arguing about this sculpt because it's not correct to the lore, but others are making the argument, well, but if they did that, then it doesn't fit on the base. It's this sort of stuff that makes me just go, seriously? Let's see. We had some other fun. Oh, go ahead.
This doesn't make any sense. Like you're complaining because it has to fit on the circle or the base, whatever it is, oblong, and then like, oh, whatever. Well, they're the ones who made the damn thing. So if they want the frickin' thing to go like this instead of like this, let them in. It's fine. Just let them do it.
Yeah, it's all sorts of fun. Anyways, that was the most of the core set. We get into some fun things. Well, I guess then these are some of the unlocks. So things like Mercalor, some dice, goblins.
The unlocks that you're showing right now are just items that if they hit a certain level in the Kickstarter, then those were unlocked for everyone, basically.
Well, right. And they would get unlocked either as an add-on, something that you would have to pay additional money to get, or they were at like these goblins here, including this wonderful one-man band goblin, which I think is just hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Lean in.
Yeah, so these got added into the core set. So if you bought the core set, then you got that. Here's a fun one, the Overgord. That was great. But then they had, it's just the extras. They broke it down so you could buy the individual parts. So we'll just skip down. So then these are the add-ons. So they had dragons, catapults, townsfolk. I mean, mouselings. These tend to be really great. My wife likes painting these.
And I'm sure you can really get super detailed on all of those, the dragons and different things, trying to paint the scales and individual details within the scales and all kinds of crazy stuff, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, some of these things are huge. There's the pirate ship. So
I've been sitting here. We were talking about this for what, 2 months now, and that's the first time I've seen the damn pirate ship. I've been sitting there. I had a visual idea of what it was, but that is very interesting. With how built up it is. I kind of had a different look in my mind, I guess, more of like a Pirates of the Caribbean type of pirate ship where it was built up both on the front and the back. But I like it.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So there's paint that's offered. They had all these different kind of encounter sets. They do a different Cthulhu old one with each Kickstarter. So Yog Sothoth was this one for this time.
And those are add-ons if you were part of it, right?
Yeah. So like if I wanted to add, this particular dragon, I added $14 to my pledge. So, and then there were expansion sets. So these were themed sets that they did. So Dungeon Dwellers was kind of old school D&D themed. So it was really just some kind of cool things there. They did a Daimyo expansion. So these were all kind of Japanese themed and Japanese mythology themed. So things such as Oni, which are demons, a giant Oni, that was pretty cool. This lovely kind of Chinese style dragon with base. So fun things there. They did a Greek Odyssey one, so this are all Greek themed pieces. They did an underwater set. So mermaids, this really crazy Fathom Tyrant thing. That'll be fun. This guy, the Sea Giant, he's one of the figures I'm missing a piece on. I'm missing this piece here, the shoulder pad. So
that guy's just
that's one of the
ready to blow some shit up.
Yeah. I mean, they do some cool stuff. They did a pirate theme set. And Chronoscope, which is kind of their everything that's not fantasy. So everything from steampunk to, Santa Claus is right there. Zombies.
That thing. Trailer.
Yeah. Yep. They have a broken down Airstream trailer. It is awesome. I'm going to enjoy painting that.
That'll take it all of 5 minutes to paint. Oh, how should I paint this? Silver.
Well, it there gets into being things like adding in detail and such. It'll take me longer than that. I like this one.
You're a quality craftsman, and that's why.
There you go. Zombie and a moo-moo.
But why? Like,
why not? Some mutants. Hey, there's some not Terminators.
So the continuators.
Something along those lines.
Actuators.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite things that they do is they do what's called the fan favorites. And this is where they put kind of anything that they didn't really know where to put it. but also they will take stuff that the stupid ideas, as I like to put them, that people throw out in like the comment section. If they actually decide, hey, well, let's make that, this is where they'll put stuff. So this is where you get things like this weird Mamlord guy. It's like a centaur, but a mammoth.
Wait a minute. I mean, I see the centaur and the tusks and whatnot, but just to the left, a little raccoon ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Where would they have gotten that idea for a little raccoon dressed with a little coat? Like, yeah.
I like this one. This was another one. This is a chicken swarm. So it's a bunch of chickens.
What the hell?
You got to give them credit. They do put some funny things in here. So anyway, that was kind of the Kickstarter. And then there were some bonus things that they did in the Pledge Manager, including Kidder, something that I may or may not have ordered and am planning to paint and give you later. So,
secrets. Wonderful.
So
I am already looking forward to it. I am sitting here anticipating the awesomeness, bated breath, if you will.
It'll be a while. So just be prepared. Going to be a while. But
We have time. There's time. It's fine. Awesome. Good work.
yeah,
There's quite a few figures, and I know you didn't get all of them, but out of everything that you showed there, what are a couple of the highlights aside from like the pirate ship and the big guy with all the different pieces and the shark hanging off his belt? What are some of the other notes that you picked up from that?
Well, look at her. I'm very glad that you made that comment, so I didn't have to. But you are correct. I did not by any means get all of them. So
You're welcome, because I know that there may or may not be somebody watching this who's like, "Hey, that's a lot of money. What about like these other figures?" No. I didn't get those. Those were too much. Those were just over the top.
yeah, exactly. It's okay. Lefty's only on episode 6. She's kind of far behind. So I got a while.
You'll have all of that cash back in the reserves by the time this episode gets aired on her tablet or her phone or wherever she's watching it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I always pick up the expansion sets, all of them, just because I like being able to paint different things. So things like the trailer that we talked about, I'm going to enjoy painting that. There is a stained glass golem. So it's basically a stained glass knight, and it was cast in translucent plastic. So when you paint it with inks, and it will look like a stained glass window come to life. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of great stuff in there. I love Reaper miniatures. I love the flavors and just the character that they put into some of their figures. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm looking forward to. It's fun for me to be sitting there as I'm opening these bags. As much as I complain about it, I do enjoy it because it's like, oh, what is in this one? And you open, oh, okay, this is gonna be fun to paint, or I love this detail or that. So I can't even tell you what I'm gonna paint first. But there's cool stuff in there. Everything from Yetis to otters as pirates to there was one, I don't think I showed you. It was a pirate sitting on a barrel drinking like from another barrel of beer.
What?
Yeah, I mean, there's just all sorts of fun little things that they put into there, and I'm going to enjoy it. These same guys, Kidder, I don't know if I've ever shown you. I don't have a photo of it, so Kidder, you'll have to watch this. During COVID, these guys decided, just as a complete lark, because there was such a run on things like toilet paper, they actually created a miniature for what was called a mimic. So a mimic is a D&D monster, usually hides itself as a chest. And the idea is that, oh, hey, look, guys, we found a treasure chest, and you open it up and this thing eats you.
Oh.
Well, they made a version of the mimic, but it's a stack of toilet paper. Because everybody was running on toilet paper. So I mean, not? Yeah, I mean, these guys do just really fantastic things, a lot of funny things. And they also do a lot of charity things. They've been known to do special miniatures for charity and such. And I have bought some of those in the past. They did a couple of special sets for Australia during the big Australia brush fires a couple years ago. So I picked up a couple of those, and then they donated the proceeds to charity and such. So they've done a lot of really cool things like that. So a lot of fun, but yeah, I'm excited and such. So that's kind of been, yeah, if I had to say that there's a highlight of my week, it's been that I've gotten back to painting and getting to go through this. So fun things.
Wonderful. Well, I'm happy for you because you're actually able to, do that soon and enjoy it. You at least have been going through them, and so you can somewhat enjoy them at this point of like, oh, I have this one and all the pieces are there. That's awesome. Yeah, at least that's how I would feel. It's little things. Start there.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find it. I haven't found one as great. I don't know if I still have that photo. In the last Kickstarter, Bones 4, one of the best ones, and it showed up. I'll see if I can find a photo for folks, but it was a giant on a sprue. And so thinking about it was you had the head, and then the sprue came out of the head, kind of right where the neck would be, came down, branched left and right, and there were the hands, and then went down and branched again, and there was the feet, and the body was a separate piece, but it looks like a stick man made out of this giant sprue. It was hilarious. It cracked me up when I found that one. So I don't have anything quite that good when opening bags, but I'll see if I can find a photo of it. It's one of those you see and you'll laugh. So now Kidder's just laughing. And I don't know why. But he's apparently on mute. At least I think he's on mute. He's just not saying anything.
No. The computer was showing some interesting things there. So I, figured I would let it finish doing what it was doing and just move on. Yes. Very interesting things in this computer. Maybe some nanoprobes from earlier. I don't know. So I am looking forward to seeing the finished product, what you are able to do with all of those figures. So I have to ask you though, in the past couple of weeks since last time that we did this, have you had any good food?
Have I had any good food?
Yeah, gone anywhere, brought some home, made it there, anything like where you went up and got some good steaks and grilled them up or something, or went out to have some good food at a nice place in town or something.
Really haven't. We did go to Longhorn steakhouse. But I was kind of disappointed by my steak there. That was not. I know you're not a fan of their steaks.
Hit or miss. Yeah.
But it's one of those things where, and I've kind of mentioned it. My wife does have some food allergy issues and such, so it makes trying to find places to eat difficult at times. So it kind of makes it a thing of there's only a couple of places that we really trust to get food from. Like the best here in Bismarck, the absolute best is Taco Del Mar. They are phenomenal at their precautions for gluten and corn and all of that. And we've gotten to know the family that owns that place very well, and it's great. When Lefty was pregnant with Junior, actually it was shortly after we'd had Junior, and COVID was out. It was one of those things of it was hard for us to get out a lot, but they actually at one point sent a message to us saying, "Hey, if you ever need food, we live up in your neck of the woods. You just place your order. We'll bring it to you." On our way home.
Nice of them.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely great, and such. So they do the best with it. So we tend to eat there about once a week. They know who we are. Eventually all of their staff, and they've had some turnover, but all of their staff knows who we are. And so they know the order. So it's a great place. Some places just don't really though always do a great job with the whole like gluten such. In fact, a particular place, I don't really want to throw them under the bus because I know the owner and such. But his establishment, not great with it. And often it's kind of annoying to us because we get charged an extra fee to be gluten-free. And the last, I think, 2 times that we've gotten just takeout to go, they have put stuff into my wife's food so she can't eat it, which is kind of annoying when it's like clearly specified, hey, don't put soy sauce in this, not even the gluten-free stuff. I can't do it. And you travel all the way home with it, and it's like, well, there's soy sauce in this. She can't eat it now, has to scrounge for dinner. So that, some places just aren't great about it. And it's kind of always sad when that happens. But we
I'll get on them for you. How about that?
And I will say, Lefty called them at the first time that happened, and they gave her instructions of what to put in the order so this didn't happen again. And she did that, and they failed her on it. So she's pretty annoyed. Because that happened like that, we actually, the last time we did that was actually the day that we moved out of the condo. So 8:30 at night, we've worked all day. We placed an order. I went and picked it up. We were staying out of my in-laws who live, as you know, way kind of out of town. Mm-hmm. So by the time you drive out there, it's like, it was a disappointing experience. So we haven't really done a lot. The big thing for us right now is now that we're in our own home, we can cook our own food, which is great because during all of the showings, we either had to eat out or grill. So it's kind of been nice to have some home-cooked food. But enough about me and what I'm eating. Kidder, you are in, Las Vegas, and I've seen your Facebook page.
Yes.
I know you've been eating at some interesting places. So I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. So Kidder, you eating anywhere interesting? Good? Different?
Well, one of the places that we tried for the first time, because it wasn't open 2 years ago when we were able to be in the Rio, because last year when we were here, the Rio wasn't open, as were most of the other properties in Vegas. Most of them were closed. It's called Kang's Kitchen. And I know it oddly sounds like a Star Trek restaurant, but it is a Korean grill of sorts. And you order off the menu. They bring out your appetizer, salad, etc., with some different options, I guess, to accompany your meal. And if you get steak, for instance, they bring out the meat, plop it on the grill in the middle of your table. So you watch it cook right in front of you. And it's just a little grill like that's right in front of you, and they put the veggies on there and stuff. So then you, depending again on what you order, you can have it grilled right in front of you, and your server comes over and will flip it halfway through, that sort of thing. But you can also order from the kitchen if you want, a kitchen meal, Korean barbecue type meal. So I had the spicy squid with fried rice. Very, very good. There's also the American Sports Bar and Grill. That's been a staple at the Rio. You can get your normal American fare, from burgers to fried chicken or grilled chicken, salmon, fish, all kinds of stuff there. A couple of the other restaurants aren't open, including the Indian restaurant. And I cannot remember the exact name for it, but it's something Indian restaurant. The Pho Da Nang restaurant is not open, and neither is the Sports Deli. So there's a couple letdowns, because the Pho Da Nang restaurant is delicious Vietnamese food. The KJ Dim Sum is open. We ate there for the first time. Very interesting restaurant as well, because we sat down, and 2 minutes, not even, of us sitting down and, hey, let's take a look at the menu. Oh, there's a food cart next to us. This, the people working there, picking up the little trays like this. Would you like this? What is it? Shrimp. Sure. So then pop it on the table and hit the stamp on the one thing, and then, I have this. Do you want this? What's that? This. No, that's okay. How about this? They're just pulling random stuff off of these carts they're pushing around. You're like, I'm not used to this. I wanted another 5 minutes to look at the menu to see what the hell that I actually wanted. I don't know what the hell all this is, but we had some tasty food, off of the various trays that came out. And it's kind of like a small plates almost. So it was really nice, because you could try 6 or 7 different things, share between yourselves, and then, get an idea. I like this. I don't like this. Some shrimp was our main thing between all of them. And I cannot tell you the names of what they were because it was shrimp something. It had shrimp in this. Yep. And one was kind of like a shrimp dumpling. One was kind of like we had shrimp like 5 different ways. One was a shrimp puff. So that was good. One was we thought it was just cream cheese wontons. No, it was a shrimp wonton. It was good. So again, surprised. And then I'm like, you know what? I kind of want some egg drop soup. So I see egg flour soup on the menu. I'm like, all right, let's give this a shot. Before I ordered it, I made sure to convey, I'm like, this is egg drop soup. Yeah, okay, wonderful. And it's not that much, right? Like, a bowl maybe? Yep, it's a bowl. Okay. few minutes later, guy comes out with the bowl. And it's freaking big. I'm like, come on, I'm already almost stuffed from the rest of the stuff that we just ate. And he grabs the cups and he fills them up. Here you go, for both of us. We finished the damn thing. So it was good. It was not only just egg drop soup, but it had carrots and peas and some celery in it. So it was a little bit more than just your standard egg drop soup. Oh, it also had tofu in it. So various tasty treats there at the KJ Dim Sum. Let's see. Smash Burger. There's a Smash Burger location in the Rio. So we've had a couple burgers from there. Their chicken sandwich isn't too bad either. Fries, whatnot. And then there's also a Wetzel's Pretzels. And they have some tasty pretzels there. So if you're ever in the neighborhood where there is a Wetzel's Pretzels, you can try them out. And I can guarantee it's not going to be the same price that it is here in Vegas. Because we got a couple pretzels, some pretzel bites, some sauces, and 2 large lemonades. It's like $54. So super awesome. Yeah. I won't tell you how much the bill was at KJ Dim Sum or King's or any of the other places, but I can tell you that it is all over $50. So please, if you want to sponsor this podcast, if I didn't have the damn ticket to fly back, I'd be praying and asking for money. So please help us sponsor this podcast so we can continue this another month or 2 or 3. So yes, it's been a good time. The other thing, just tonight, the Guy Fieri restaurant within the Rio, and I want to make sure that I get it right, because it's a Guy Fieri restaurant, so it's a little crazy. It's the Burro Borracho. Tonight was their grand reopening after 17 months. And I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but just to make sure that I mention it, because we ended up going there. Line was a little bit long, but in communication with you, thought we had plenty of time to get done with that before. But once we got seated, it was 10 minutes before we saw our server. And then we ordered our drinks and our food all at once because we knew that we, were ready and we needed to get out of there again. And then I think it was another 20 minutes or so before we ended up getting our food. But I ordered just a chicken quesadilla, and the whole thing was this big. And the missus ordered chicken enchilada, and that was a whole plate's worth of food as well. So, I mean, you get what you pay for. And between the two of us, we had 2 margaritas each, and that was over $100. So there's that wonderful meal. But as we were waiting for the food, we ended up getting I got a text message from you saying, we're ready with the show and whatnot, and you were getting the final touches there, and you had something you didn't like about my reply back, or what's the deal with that?
Well, it wasn't just that. It was, it was just the fact that, I had sent you a thing, like, hey, just got home. I need to get stuff set up because I didn't have my microphone here and such. And I said, so, because I was thinking I was holding you up. And the message I got from you, which I will definitely be put on the screen here, said, okay, waiting on Guy Fieri to cook our food. And my response back to you was, That has to be the most pretentious text you have ever sent me. And
It's Vegas, dude. It's Vegas. He had to have been in the kitchen.
yeah, I'm sure he was there actually doing the cooking. But
Man, these cheese fries are gangsta.
anyway, I had to give you that. I can't say what you wrote me back. That was just mean, Kidder. That was just rude. Just
You might as well say it. You can blur it or bleep it.
that's just work for me.
No. It's not work for you. It's future Howard. It's total prime time space time continuum 101. You don't even have to worry about it. That's for future Howard. That's like a gift to him.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Future Howard's not going to appreciate it. Anyway, so
I guess the temporal prime directive will prevent us from doing something along those lines. So we'll let it go on this one. But I do have to say, it was quite a clever text message that made me giggle in the restaurant just a little bit.
Well, I was trying to kind of just crack you up just a little bit because I figured if you've been waiting that long, that you probably were ready to get out of there.
Yeah.
Or at least get your food.
Right.
So
And I will say the one benefit of it, one of the appetizers they have on the menu is all you can eat chips and salsa. It's the best value on the menu because it's $3. Yes, for $3 you can have some fresh baked chips seasoned with the chili dry rub, whatever they call it, and their freshly made salsa that has a little bit of a zest to it. So honestly, if you just sat there and drank some margaritas, I mean, you have 4 margaritas and you're already not only a little tipsy, because they are a little heavy on the pour, so at least you're getting your $12 worth per margarita. But you just sit there and eat your chips, have some sauce, salsa, you're good to go. I mean, and then the whole plate of food that you get, if you do get a $22 entree, I mean, the damn plates are this big, so they give you a lot for what you pay for. So I'll at least give them that.
Well, Kidder, I did want to talk a little bit, just a quick update. On the last episode, I reviewed Blues Traveler's newest album, Traveler's Blues. And I don't know if you saw, but Traveler's Blues is now the #1 album on the Billboard Blues chart. So way to go, boys. Way to put that album up to #1. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, or if you didn't get to hear my review, go back to the last episode. Check it out. I learned a little bit more about my thoughts on this album, but it's a fantastic album and glad to see them getting some success with it. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a couple years since Blues Traveler came out with their last album, so it's good to see that they're still on the block, still making some music, even though it's not new music per se, but still good. I heard a couple tracks in my playlist on the way down here to the con, and I do have to say the one song I'm remembering at this very moment was Crazy, the cover of Crazy. Very interesting spin on that song, and I enjoyed the vocals from everyone involved on that track. So it was a very interesting track. I don't know if I really liked the song, overall, but I would rather listen to the Blues Traveler version than the original song. So that should say something.
Yeah, no, it's it is a good one, and yeah, once you get it for those who haven't, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, go out and listen to it. But it's clearly the one modern song on the album. When you listen to everything else, you're like, yep, that clearly was fairly modern. But I do enjoy it. I like it. The music video is pretty cool too. It's all animated. So, something else to go check out. But yeah, no, it's a great album. And yeah, it's their first album that's been out since 2018 was the last album, which actually I just picked up here recently. I don't know how I had missed the 2018 album. And I can't even remember what it's called. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet because I've been listening to Traveler's Blues. But hopefully next week, Kidder, I'll give you I'll do a quick review on that one.
Future Howard's got you covered. It's all good. He'll have it up on the screen or down here. Or he's gonna probably even put the album art up there. It's all kinds of crazy stuff that Future Howard's into. I mean, practically, you can probably even Photoshop over the top of the monitor in the background here. Nice warp core analysis going on, though.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I hadn't already thought of that at some point.
Oh, you're killing me.
Kidder, I'm just going to say it. There's a very contentious episode that launched tonight.
Yes.
Don't know if you've had a chance to see it yet.
I have not seen that because maybe I'm like Chuck Norris. I'm waiting because I know where you live. So it'll be interesting to see what you did. I will say in one of my updates, which you can, if they haven't been tossed in at this point, then they could be now. Check out this update. But Greg Grunberg, if you're familiar with him, he is I guess in his own words, he's J.J. Abrams' best friend. They grew up together since the age of like 7. They've, been together. And so Greg's been starring in J.J. movies ever since then. And well, he's still doing it now. So he's one of the few actors who has crossed over, as it were, and has been in the Star Wars expansion movies, but he's also been in Star Trek Beyond as an actor, so you can actually see him. But he was also the voice of James Kirk's father in the 2009 Star Trek movie when he steals the car. You never see him in that scene. So, as he explained, since he was never seen on the screen, well, come on in. Got a role for you. And he was the one who named his character Commander Finnegan. And it's after Finnegan from one of the episodes of the original series. So, tying the whole thing in together. So, there you go. So, we'll have to see how that episode is. And if you haven't seen it, go back. Check it out. Just go to the last episode here.
Still trying to find this photo.
Oh. So you're saying I didn't BS enough?
Well, it's one of those things. My phone died because I think I might have sent it to Lefty at one point, but trying to now find it on the Reaper forums, and I could have sworn more people had posted it because there's a thing with stuff like this where like everybody's got to post their version of stuff.
Oh, sure.
Like right now, I'm into when they got Bones 4, and there was a thing about posing with like sitting in the box that Bones 4 came in. So I have a picture of all these like grown adults sitting in a box, Like, look, my box was this big.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I've seen some of that this time around. It's been a lot of pets with boxes this time, and a couple of toddlers. Mostly the toddlers have been with pirate ships because a toddler can easily fit in the pirate ship box.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm in with all the cats in the box. Yeah, we get it. Cats like the boxes. Oh. Oh, we got a comment on one of our posts over on Beer Blues and BS.
And what comment is that? Who's sending us
Uh,
messages? What is it? Breaking news.
Well, it's one of those, Kidder, if you recall, because as I said, the episode that came out this week, it was the Star Wars versus Star Trek episode. And I said in that episode that I would put a poll out for people to cast their votes, and we will see which one ends up winning. But an associate of ours, a friend of ours, happened to write in Star Wars 110%. So
poor misguided individual.
Yeah. So hey, it's great. There's another comment on there, but that was more directed to you. So I'll let you respond to that one.
Let's see if I can get on the network here then. I see. You're throwing down a challenge. I see.
I am. Yeah.
So you want me to die?
That sounds like you don't have much faith in Star Trek winning this poll.
Yes. Well, you know, there depends on how much time is available between now and the closing of this poll and its scientific nature, because we all know I have a couple email addresses, so I could go and create a bunch of fake profiles and make sure that Star Trek wins. Or better yet, how about this? I go to the con tomorrow, pay the dudes behind the video wall $10 or $20. Hey, put this website, put our podcast up on the screen for like 10 minutes. Yes, just 10 minutes. It's fine. Yeah. Rod Roddenberry said it's fine. It's just do it. It's fine. No problem. Beer, Blues, and BS. What is it? Exactly. We're talking about the con. It's fine. Star Trek for the victory.
I'm just saying, Kidder. I mean, you said a lot of really harsh shots at Star Wars. I'm just asking you to back it up. You know,
they weren't harsh. It's just the truth.
Listen, if you feel that strongly, take the challenge. Accept, man. Accept.
Here's the reason why I don't want to accept. And that's because we're not paying any money to actually get this poll in front of neutral individuals to give us an unbiased answer. So I know that you have the in with some of these people who may or may not like the wars a little bit better. So that's why I don't want to take this challenge. Because you're cheating.
I'm not cheating whatsoever. I'm serious. I have posted it on our page. I have shared it on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
That is it. That is all I am doing.
Oh, I see. That seems a little illogical, Jake.
What? It's a poll of our fan base. So
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to cheat it. I'm yeah.
Oh man, this is good. You know what? For the longevity of the show, I will take the challenge. Because then it's, I don't know, a quick snippet that we can put in some episode to get us past the YouTube algorithm to get us in front of more than 5 people. Maybe. I don't know. It's just a thought. Will Kidder accept this challenge?
Well, you know, it's one of those things. I'm going to expect a response on Facebook, you know. Let's see it. Confirm it in writing. Because if all I have is this, you're going to be like, well, Future Howard clearly edited this, so I accepted the challenge.
There's a lot of things that CGI can do these days. They were just talking about that earlier today at the con. They can put anything on people's faces and make people look like whatever, say whatever. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll expect a response, you know, in the comments, and you know, we'll just see. We'll see who wins, and one of us will end up drinking a Natty Light Seltzer that's in my fridge.
You know, that just means because you haven't tried that one yet that you get a second one to also try.
No. Because I have a feeling that once this gets put out as the, you know, Mark Kidder post, the Mark Kidder fandom will rise up and they'll just vote, you know, Star Trek just to save you. So, you know, I have a feeling I'm going to end up drinking this anyway, but I'm at least brave enough to throw down the gauntlet here.
Okay. Maybe may or not be some gauntlets being thrown right now. Like an original series death match on Vulcan. So grab your Lurpa. Make sure it's sharp because this is a battle to the death by Seltzer.
Lurpa? I'll go grab a lightsaber. I have those. I'm not going to grab Lurpa.
Crap's not going to work. I got shields.
I have the Force. You know, just, and there goes your shields. Just turn them off. Just.
I mean, the Force kind of sounds like something that you'd get after a whole bunch of like bad Tex-Mex food or something. Like, man, I got a real bad Force coming on here. No?
You sunk that low.
I mean, a little bit. You know, in Star Trek, we have gaseous anomalies. In Star Wars, you've got the Force. So, I mean...
Yeah. You're just jealous because you don't have the Force or anything that cool in Star Trek.
I don't need that. Maybe this, you know, I already see, I'm calling a recount now. Okay, it actually allowed me to choose a selection on the screen. For a second, it was not allowing me to choose a selection. So I figured this would be like the old George Bush versus John Kerry election meme where you keep trying to push George Bush, but or whatever it was, but then it goes to the opposite. John Evan Kerry.
Yeah. Nope. It works. It works just fine.
And where do these results get posted?
So they're just in the form right now. So I can actually go in and pull it up, and so we've had 3 responses so far.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Star Wars is winning 2-1.
All right.
But that's my vote, our comrades' vote, and your vote. So
I can neither confirm nor deny these nor any other allegations at this time.
what allegations? It's
The voting. I was dead at the time. I'm wearing a red shirt. Can't you tell? Although this is the wrong red shirt, I was dead at the time.
You know, Kidder, we mentioned it earlier that I was out at the ranch, and I was a little surprised. Apparently, and this is how great it is. You will recall many episodes back, I made the comment that my dad will probably never listen to this show because he doesn't really care for all of this geeky stuff, you know, that you and I, these hobbies, these passions of ours. I said in that episode that he would probably stick around for what's on tap, but would probably tune out because we weren't talking about things like guns or hunting or, you know, working on cars, things like that. So I'm standing there talking with my dad. My parents had just gotten back from Aberdeen. They went camping down there and visited his sister. And you know, as we're standing there, it's like, do you want a beer? It's you know, it's an IPA. And I said, no. I have the show. I'm going to be drinking one later. And he goes, well, I really think you should, you know, because I really think you should try one of these so that you can talk about it on your show. And it's kind of like, wait, did he listen to the show?
What?
Sure as shit, Kidder. He listened. He actually Google searched it.
It's good that we're showing up on the internet search. They haven't banned us yet.
Yeah, but he watched part of an episode about 20 minutes in, so about through what's on tap, and then just said, you know, I'm done. This is all I can handle of this. That's enough. That's enough of Howard and Kidder for now. And I was kind of chuckling at this, and he then said, you know, he goes, if you maybe had talked about guns or hunting, because, you know, when I watch YouTube, and that's mostly what I watch about guns and hunting and that. And I started laughing because, and I told him, I said, you know, I actually said on the show many episodes ago that he wouldn't watch.
Exact damn thing.
It was. I cracked up. So he did watch. I asked him which episode because I was kind of curious which one he tuned into. He said, I don't remember the title. All I know is I hit the like button on it. And
thanks for the like. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, although he did say, and you know, he's like, I hit it twice because I thought I should give it 2 likes, but
Oh, boo!
I'm guessing though that he made sure that it stayed liked. But anyway, so he listened, and basically it was exactly as I predicted. So good times with that. So yeah, but he did give me some suggestions for things that he would like me to try and review on the show. So now I have to go hunt some beer down. So I'll be doing that. But Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while, and it's late here in non-Vegas. I think we got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah. Got distracted with something shiny out there, some flashing lights and whatnot. There's a lot of shiny. What?
I'm resisting making a joke. That's yeah.
Right here?
Well,
Right here?
I was going to go a little bit further with, you caught a reflection of the shine off your bald head in the window. Kind of tie it in, making
It's
it.
good that the light's not coming from out there; it's coming from out here. So I mean, it'd just be reflecting back at you, and blinding you. Hold on. I'm gonna run a scan on you real quick. I got to make sure that you're okay. I mean, are you feeling okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
I mean, my scans say that you got elevated agitation. We'll have to discuss that on a future episode. Calm down. It's okay.
I think I'm just up to here with the Star Trek references. It's like that, and it's nearly 1 a.m. So I'm fading, man.
That's true. It is. I see that. Yeah, I'm glad and honored to be able to transport and beam this imagery back to you via subspace so then we can actually continue this. I do have to say, just one real quick note before we do some cheap plugs, is that I saw an individual sitting in the Starbucks. So in the convention center, there's a Starbucks little kind of corner shop, if you will, next to the Hash House A Go-Go, which has some very good breakfast. The thing is, the Starbucks has been closed for quite a while, since before we got here. Like, all the stuff is out of the I don't want to call it refrigerators, but the refrigerated areas where they show the display items and things, like where you can grab it. Like, there's nothing. They cleaned them all out. They cleaned out all the stuff like this where, you could buy it, whatever. All that's cleared out. Lights are off. Nobody's home. Poor guy's sitting in there with a setup almost as rinky-dink. No, he had a better setup than what I have going on here. And I'll send you that picture when we're done recording so that you can see what I'm working with over here tonight. But he's set up, and he's got a ring light set up, his little laptop propped up on this contraption, and he's doing his own podcast in Starbucks. All lights are off. He's the only one in there. And I'm like, you could have probably sat out here in the hallway. I know there's no tables, but at least you'd have some overhead light or something. But I kind of felt bad for the guy. I wanted to go in there and be like, hey, would you like some assistance from a quality podcast? The Triple B. We can help you get to a higher level of podcastness. I mean, who am I kidding? He's probably got 2 million followers and subscribers and 3,000 views per minute on every video. So it is what it is. But anyway, before I go into some, cheap plugs, any final thoughts there, Jaco?
No, can't really say that I I do. I am now madly trying to find a photo, and it's not coming up, and I'm kind of annoyed. So anyway, no final thoughts except I'm tired.
Yes. So you should get some rest, and we'll continue this again on the next episode of the Triple B, as you have the USS Voyager right over here. Did you find it?
No. It's getting to the point where it's the future Howard problem, and I think it's going to be a very disappointing one for him.
Oh, man.
Kidder, I got a riddle for you. This just, again, it's late. Hard for me to remember all these things. It's a 3-parter though. So I'm going to give you the first part tonight.
Okay.
I'll give you the second part next week and the third part the week after. We'll see if you can solve it. Okay. So here's your first clue, and it's all I'm giving you. Okay. So clue number 1 is 3 plus 1.
Okay. I'm just going to type that into the old rundown here. I know you'll remember, but I sure as hell won't. Okay. 3 plus 1.
3 plus 1.
Now, I do have to ask, because this is a riddle, are they the words spelled out like 3 plus 1, or is it numbers plus sign 1? Any type of...
For this, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So it's in the rundown.
Okay.
This, the episode 22 of the Triple B.
So, yeah, you're getting the first clue here on 22. The second clue will be on 23. And then the third clue will be on 24.
All right.
So, there you go. Final thought. That, and we haven't made fun of the gentleman from Indiana this episode, but I don't have anything witty to really poke the bear with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like calling out the state of Indiana for this sort of thing. So there's that. I mean,
I was going to say, hey, you've been walking through some casinos. Have you seen any like over or under odds on his appearance before episode 25?
Man, that's a really good question. I haven't seen anybody really picking that one up. So apparently the odds are so low that they don't even want to pick it up in Vegas. Or the odds would be very high at that point, because he's not. So I'm pretty sure he would bankrupt every casino and betting organization in this town if he were to appear in the next 3 episodes. That has to be what it is. So they're not even taking bets on it. Don't even want to deal with it, because everybody would go bankrupt if suddenly episode 24 he's like, hey, I'm going to show up because I actually like these guys.
Well, we'll see if he does. We'll see.
Like us or show up on the show?
Show up on the show. I'm still waiting.
He's still wondering if he still likes us. I know you couldn't see it, but he gave us the old eyebrows. So those of you listening to the audio version who have no freaking clue of what we're talking about, with the long, awkward pause in the middle, please join us on YouTube. You can check us out. Just go to youtube.com, Search, that is, Beer, Blues, and BS, and you will find the Triple B right there at your fingertips, so you can watch this fine program and see all the activity behind me and Borg taking over and assimilating pieces of the computer core and all kinds of random stuff. Other than that, if you would, we'd love for you to join us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/beerbluesbs. Click the like button or follow us, or just, drop us a comment, because we'd love to hear from you. You can also visit our website, beerbluesbs.com, and you can give us a beer if you'd like. Buy us a beer. It's right there. It's a button. It's convenient. It's just for you. And if you want to drop us a message when you buy us a beer, we can give you a shout out right here on the old Triple B, and have a good time, because we do appreciate you dropping some of those hard-earned dollars on a beer or two or three, because you know how we enjoy some good beverages on the Triple B. And of course, those of you listening to this portion for the first time, the Triple B, of course, is Beer, Blues, and BS. That's where the Triple B comes from. So aside from that, we'd love for you to join us on all of the audio versions of this show, everywhere that you can listen to a podcast, from Spotify, where you can find the Killer Kidder Show and Beer, Blues, and BS. You can also join us on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, that of course includes Google Play, iTunes. You can join us on Pandora, Amazon Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, and yes, there's probably even more. So check us out on Podbean, and just, I guess, load up your favorite podcast app. Search Beer, Blues, and BS. Join us for another awesome show. Hey, and I'd be remiss if I did not mention the KRDN Eyewitness Weather Now Twitch stream, which gets you the very latest information on weather across North Dakota as it's happening. That's right, it is live. It's on Twitch. It's also on YouTube, a little bit harder to find on YouTube, probably like the Triple B itself, but just use the search button. Search us, Beer, Blues, and BS, or the KRDN Eyewitness Weather Now stream. We got that link right here for you for the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/KRDN Eyewitness Weather Now.
I have looked through 70 pages of this forum trying to find this photo.
You still haven't found that freaking photo. That's how far down it is.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to have to start looking the other direction on this. I could have sworn I saw a bunch of people post it, because it was just ridiculous. There! I got it! Woohoo! I found it, kidder.
I am waiting with bated breath. I cannot take the anticipation. What the hell? There's a little tiny skull on top, and what is it holding? Or is that just the arm?
It is so yeah. Over here is one arm, but on this side it's a hand holding a club. But then you have the legs down here. As I said, the body was a separate piece. So, I mean, this is a giant. It's about the size of a can. What was that?
As big as a beer can?
Yeah. Like the actual figure is.
Imagine if you didn't get the stick that goes in between.
Well, because that's the sprue. So when they make it, the center part of the sprue is where they inject the plastic, and it then flows out. But just the placement of this and the fact that you got this, and it's kind of this crazy little, looks like a guy thing. It's funny.
And that was just for clarity, that is a figure itself.
It's missing a torso. So
for that with the stick
You
just is not the that's just how it came in somebody's kit.
right. So that's just the packaging. And then this guy right here. So this is the actual figure.
Interesting.
So
I like
you can
the other
see
one better.
head, arm, hand with club, and then his legs. So that picture is missing like this torso section. There it is.
I like that one better. Very comedic.
It is. It's very comedic, which is why I've been looking for it.
So we appreciate you joining us for this episode and every episode of Beer Blues and BS. For my one brother there over on the other end of this communique, he is Howard Blues or Jake Blues or Howard Jake Blues. Jaco, he's a fantastic bro from another mother. I appreciate him, and I appreciate you for joining us right here on the show. I am Captain, the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. I appreciate you joining me, beaming down for this episode of the Triple B. Thank you for joining us. Catch you again on the next one. Remember, free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down that staticky, dusty Tuscan intergalactic highway.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
There. Okay. Now I have to find out how on God's green earth I can get... Oh, wait. I can do that on my phone. How am I going to get the rundown? If only we had the technology. Hold on. Let me see. Where can I get the damn technology? Where? Where? Oh, right. There's this mobile device. We can do that. What?
Nothing.
What are you shaking your head at?
Listen, it's like 11:20 here. I'm tired.
I see that, yes. Because this one's still on Central Time. What's on the rundown tonight? What's on tap? Good. Should be okay.
You only had 2 drinks, by the way.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready.
I'm ready. I
Hmm.
know you've been ready, but I'm like actually ready now.